Hello everybody, this is Deidre with Paper Crafts and Planners, and I received my Club EP Echo Park subscription box, and this is the card making one. So every other month it's card making and then the large 12 by 12 one. So this is for August. I got it the last week of August, so I'm just now getting around to it. But this is a fall theme, which I really love. Let's see, do they have a name? Fall Fever card makers box. So it always comes with a little inspiration card with some ideas of what to do with the supplies you receive. And there are always cut files, which I've never used, but they are on the website. I will link to Club EP in case you're interested. This month, what's up right now is a big 12 by 12, and it is fall also, which is nice. Okay, so let's look at the ephemera pack first. I've opened these up to cut down on the glare. So we have That's Pretty to stamp on. Let's see, it goes this way. Some little boots and a scarf. I love that. And then this says Gather Here with Grateful Hearts, and it has a little piece that pokes out. You Pick Pumpkins. That's really cute. Gather Together. Oh, I love this one, the little tag that says fall. Is there a hole in it? Nope. This says Welcome Fall. Simply Gorgeous. That's cute. So Very Grateful Today. Friends and Family Gather Here. So as I was looking through this, the magic of fall, this appears to be more like a memory keeping set. Even the stamp set does. Love You Pumpkin. That's cute. That would be cute on a card. You're the apple of my eye. That could work too. Got a little mushroom, toadstool, pumpkin spice season. Life is Sweet. This one says, it's so tiny, it says apples with an arrow going one way and pumpkins with the arrow going the other way, and then a bunch of leaves. Oh my, it's time for pie. That's cute. So lovely. I love the little ones to go inside cards. Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, and Pumpkin Spice Obsessed. There's a little strip of apples, different colors. Fall, Sweet Fall. That is cute. Let's see. Pick of the Patch. Cozy. Beauty Fall. Official start of Snuggle Season. That is cute. And as always, the ones that have sort of a frame to them, the inside pops out so you can use them separately if you want. Here's just a little pumpkin. This says Leaves Are Falling, Autumn is Calling. So Good to Be Home. I'm so glad we live in a world where there are Octobers. And that's an Anne of Green Gables quote. Here's another piece that could be stamped. And then some little leaves. That's really pretty. I love that one. Okay, so let me show you the stamp set. I put some white behind it so we can hopefully see a little bit. This one says So Very Grateful, but then they added today. So if it was just So Very Grateful, I mean, you can mask off the today when you stamp, but it would be better for card making. There's a pumpkin, there's an apple, there's some various leaves. This one says Home is Wherever I'm With You. This says Blessings. There's a little branch, forgot that. A little wreath. And this says Happy Fall and a banner. So, I mean, the Happy Fall and the Blessings you could put in the banner and use for cards for sure. But then this says Gather Together and Baked with Love. I don't think those are especially card making sentiments there. It seems more really like scrapbooking, memory keeping. So for that stamp set. And let me do, this is called Fall Fever, 24 double-sided, and so that means there are going to be 12 different designs, and there'll be 2 of each. They're 65 pound. They are a nice weight. I do love that. So they put the holes in them, and sometimes it's not quite a 6 by 6 after you cut that piece off, but it is usable if you put this little whole piece behind. I love that plat. It's more dark red than it might be showing up on my camera, but I love both of these prints. I love the strips at the top. This one says Autumn Leaves and Pumpkin Please. And this one says, But I Think I Love Fall Most of All. And then on the back, that's really pretty. They're like little sprigs of leaves and flowers. And then I love that print. I'm loving these colors, of course. That's an orange, some pumpkins, a wood grain. This says Just Cozy Vibes, Happy Harvest, So Blessed, and then Home and Autumn Leaves, a smile on my face. That's cute. Sunflowers, some more leaves, and these have a check background to the leaves. That's really cute. These are just little crosses all over a blue pattern. Oh, and these pumpkins are plaid too. That is super cute. Here's some green on green leaves. Home Sweet Home, Welcome Fall, Gather Here with Grateful Hearts, Pumpkin Kisses and Harvest Wishes. Some more leaves, but tinier. And I will link to not just how you can sign up for Club EP. This month, if you signed up, you'd be getting, there are two different. So this month, if you signed up, you would be getting the 12 by 12. If you wait until next month, so October, it's back to the card making. So it just really depends on how big a kit you want. This one's $19.99 if you're a subscriber, a little more if you're not. And the big one is $29.99 and a little more if you're not a subscriber. Okay, Autumn. The Year's Last Loveliest Smile, Making Fall Memories, Oh My, Pass the Pie, and Let's Get Cozy. I mean, they're all super cute, but like I said, I think I would use them more in memory keeping, some of these. It says Happy Harvest, and there's a tractor with a trailer on the back full of pumpkins. Super cute. And here are all these different, gather around the table, and then all the different things you'd expect to see in a fall paper pad. And here's a blue check, and I think we're back to the beginning. Yes, we're back to the beginning again. So really cute. I went ahead and pulled some, I've got, these are close to my heart. So this is Nectarine. This is an old retired one, Autumn Terracotta, which was my favorite fall. Toffee and Pine. And then I had some pieces left over from doing fall cards. Like I have this embossed piece with leaves that is super pretty. So I may use that. I have some of these little strips that I stamped and didn't use. And then this is the Nectarine paper. It's two-sided, so one is lighter than the other. I have some corrugated cardboard paper. I have some pine paper sitting here. I just have a bunch of stuff that is kind of left over. This is shortbread, which I do like also. So I think I'll be able to find a lot of stuff to kind of coordinate with this. I also have some punches that are small leaves that I may use to punch out like a plaid or something. I think that would be really cute. So I have a lot of stuff gathered here. It is also Show Us Your Sheet Load Time, and it is a super cute mini slimline design. And I just watched Benny Penny's video showing what she did with it, and just, I mean, if you don't know what it is, Call Me Crafty Owl here on YouTube every month does a different card design, and she gives the template away for free as long as you're a subscriber to her channel. So of course I always subscribe to channels like that, right? And you can just download it and use it yourself. And so I'm going to do that for a good portion of this. It makes 12 from her template. So I will probably do more. Maybe I'll do double that. And then I'm not sure what else I will do. I may make some cards for my pocket scrapbooking since we have so many of those kinds of sentiments. Anyway, I'll get my card bases ready and kind of get a design going, and I'll come back and we'll put some cards together. So my first set of cards, I'm using Call Me Crafty Owl, Alicia, I think, at Call Me Crafty Owl here on YouTube, and she does a template every month, and this one is a super cute one. So this one makes 12 mini slimline cards, and you could see it's not a full, this top makes it the height for a mini slimline. Really cute, and they are a tent fold, so they'll stand up. I'm going to put a couple of them together. I changed it a little bit on one of them, so let's put these together and you could see how they go. Okay, so this piece I've cut, and I'm not going to tell you all the dimensions because you need to be a subscriber to her channel to get her template. So I'm just going to put these together and you can kind of see. Now for this oval, I used this set from Sizzix that I've had for a bit, and this is called Framelits with Stamps, Courtney Chilton and Caitlin somebody or other, and has a number on it. It's called Layered Ovals. But I will link to it. Last time I checked, it was on scrapbook.com. So it has these nice sentiments that fit inside this one oval to be cut out. And I use the ovals to layer. So let's do this first one here. We have the main piece here that's going to fit right there. And I did ink these up a little bit around the edges. I just think it makes them look cuter. So we're going to go ahead and stick with that. I just like the look for it not to be, I don't know, it makes it look more finished if you're not putting another layer around them of a solid cardstock. So let's put this one down first. And then when I'm done, I'll show you all of the ones that I made off camera to complete the set of 12. So you can see this is just a little bit smaller than the area. Put that down. And then this piece goes on here. I love these pumpkins with the sort of plaid look to them. So cute. So it fits all the way across. So it's the same, across the same dimensions. And then you have this little excess showing at the top and the bottom. And I'm going to, and I really wish I had gone ahead and inked around the piece with the pumpkins, but I did not. Okay, so we're going to put it, and I put it down just a little bit because I wanted this to come down and not overlap. So we're going to put it down just a little bit. Hers are different, so when you look at hers, you'll notice that and I think everybody that does this sheet load, they probably do just a little bit different on theirs, depending on the supplies they have and that kind of thing. Okay, so we have this oval and this oval to layer in the middle. Aren't those cute with the little tractor and trailer hauling the pumpkins? So cute. And this was a cut apart piece, but I liked this part better. The cut aparts really, I think they were more for scrapbooking, memory keeping. To me, they seemed like it anyway. So I kept a few for that purpose, but the rest I used the back side. So if you want to make sure this is going to fit in your mini slimline envelopes, you can do this, and you don't want to go higher than 6 1/4. So I just use my grid paper to make sure, and that's going to work out perfectly. And then we just need the adhesive on the bottom, right here, and sort of center that up. And then on this one, I had this Fall Sweet Fall, which could go either place. I think I'll put it down here. I also had these little tractors, which I think I'm going to put on the inside. It was just a strip that I kept from the piece of paper, which I have a lot of strips in excess, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with some of those. Oh, you know what? Can I get this up? Yes, I still can. I want to ink around the edges of this, I think, so it's not the white background on the white. I think that looks better, and I'm going to put a little more adhesive because it dries pretty fast. And then we'll just kind of even that up, and I have a white piece to go in the center that I cut just slightly smaller, like 1/4 of an inch in. Up on the inside. Now let's see, I think I want to put this down first and cut it off so it's the same size as my inside piece. So I'm going to put it down. I feel like I'm always wearing a band-aid, ink, glue, something on my hands. I am not one of those crafters with the beautiful manicure. It just doesn't happen. I don't have time. Okay, so I'm going to cut it off there and there. And then we'll probably ink up right there and there again. Put this down. I'm doing 2 of these because I'm turning one a different direction, and I wanted to show you that. Okay, there we go. Really cute. Okay, so you can see all my little pieces in case I want to put something on the inside of a card. I'm going to keep those there. Let's do the inside on this one first, so it's not as awkward when you open, because it is, when you open, that back piece is going to catch unless you do that before you put it flat on your desk. So let's do this one on the inside. This cardstock that I'm using for the card bases is very old. I've had a long time from when Fun Stamper's Journey was a thing. I really like it because it's 80 pound and it makes a beautiful card base. Okay, so maybe that on the inside, I don't know yet. Let's see here. So this is going to go like this, and then these 2 pieces, and then this one's going to come out to the side. Okay, I think we're going to do it. Let's ink these up. And so this is, I think it was called Oatmeal Cookie. It doesn't exist anymore, but I'm trying to use up all of my cardstock that's been hanging around. I think I've been hoarding it because the weight is perfect for card bases, and I loved it so much. Made me so sad when it went away. So now Spellbinders has most of their product because they were the parent company, I guess, for Fun Stamper's Journey. But they went to 110-pound cardstock. Oops, let's ink this. Cardstock, and I just don't like 110-pound for my card bases. I feel like they crack too much, and they're just not as forgiving, and you can't do different sizes easily because you really want to stick to having it go the way that it wants to fold. I don't know if it's the grain of the paper, I don't know what you call it, but it really wants to go a certain way, and you don't want to do it the opposite of that because it will not. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. For this is 6 1/4, so we're actually going to get quite a bit more here. Let's do about right there then. I just don't like 110-pound card base for 110-pound cardstock for making card bases. I never have, and so when they went to that, I just quit buying. Plus, it was like expensive. I think it was $6 for 10 sheets or something. I mean, I don't have that kind of money to pay for my cardstock. All right, so this one I did out of the wood grain, which I think turned out so pretty. It's the back side of the pumpkin sheet, and it's just a beautiful wood grain. Okay, let's get that on there as evenly as I can. Oops, not very even there. There we go. And then I have this piece. I had 2 pieces that I took out. This one says apples and pumpkins, and this one has the wreath that says welcome fall, but it's a circle. So what I think I'm going to do with it, which bear with me because it's going to take me a little bit of time, but I am going to trim around it so it's not, you know, it'll still have a round feel to it, but it won't be a full circle that kind of overlaps my oval. I didn't like that look. So we're just going to trim around it, just roughly. I'm not worried about getting all the details. I just want the basic outline. Anyway, these are my Tim Holtz. I should have gotten my detail shears out, but we're going to go with it. These work nicely too. They just don't have a sharper point, and they don't get into the little areas as well. Has anybody taken their scissors to somebody who sharpens them? I was at a vendor event, and there was a guy who sharpens knives, and he said he could do the, oh, that looks much better. He could do my crafting scissors, so I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about, a couple of them have notches to them, and I'm sure it's from being me cutting plastic or something that I should not have been cutting. That sounds like me anyway. Or people borrowing them from me. That happens too. Just coming to my craft room and grabbing scissors for things that they are not intended for. Okay, so this one we're going to put right about there. Try to make that as even as possible. But isn't that cute for it to open like this also? I love that. And maybe I'll put this little right there because it does seem too plain, doesn't it? Or I do have some of these little dots too. Maybe let's do the little dots. I don't have as many brown ones left, but let's do maybe like this in this corner. And I mean, that's cute, right? Maybe do this one up here. That is cute. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then on the inside, we do have some room. So I have punched out a lot of these, some leaves with my leaf punch. And I purchased them, I think I mentioned, I purchased them at Hobby Lobby. I think they came in a 3-pack, but I ended up using them a lot with this. And there's the inside. Okay, so there's one. Here's number 2. Number 3, I used the Sending Hugs from this and cut out a 3rd oval to put it in. I really think that's pretty. Oh, I'm not showing you the insides, am I? Try to do that each time. Here's another Sending Hugs. This one's plain. Oh, I need to put a leaf in there, don't I? How about one of these plaid ones? That's super cute. I just started punching the leaves out of little excess pieces of the paper, of the printed paper, and I thought it turned out really cute. Here's another one sideways that says leaves are falling. And this one, autumn is calling. Clearly these were from the same card, but I what I did is it trimmed around the words, and then this one I backed it with this blue. So these solid colors, other than the bases, these are close to my heart. This is sapphire I used here, and then the green color is pine, which I thought was really pretty too. And this one I just stamped a little pumpkin in there. This is from the stamp set that came with this. It has the banner, and then I stamped the Happy Fall inside the banner. And I did it on that printed paper from the set. And I did a leaf from that printed paper also. This one I took that pick of the patch, which I thought was really cute. And this was a full card, and I just trimmed around the fall and then rounded the corners. And here's this one. Okay, we're going to move on to making some other types of cards, but I will definitely link below to Alicia's channel so you can get this template if you want to make it for yourself. So I only ended up designing 2 A2 size cards, and I'll show you what I'm doing with the rest of them. But what I did was I cut one of the 6x6s down to 5 1/4 by 4, and then I took this strip off, which is about 2 inches and 5 1/4, to flip it around. So let's ink up the edges of this first, just to make it look cuter. I don't know. I think it does. Maybe I'm the only one. But especially with fall cards, I like to do a little brown. Oh, and the color I'm using, I don't know if I said, it is toffee. It's a close to my heart color. So we're going to put this down. Most of my dye inks are close to my heart. I just like them. But I do have Distress Oxide inks. And then I have a few Altenew, the little mini cubes that come in the set. Those end up being my favorites for on-the-go kind of little ones. And also if I want colors that go really well together, just slightly darker, but in the same color family, I do love that. Okay, so this is the back side of it. And we're going to put it down, let's say right about here. See if I can get that even without sticking my head over the top there. Oh, that's close. And then this was one of the little ephemera pieces. I just stamped that Happy Fall. I stamped it in a close to my heart color called Pine. And then we're going to kind of do that. I hope this is even. Without me putting my head right over it is really hard for me to tell. And then on the inside, I think what we're going to do is take this little strip here. I'm going to ink around it because it is white. And I'm going to really ink this one up. And then I'm just going to put it coming down from the top, I think. It has these beautiful little patchwork or leaves there. I really like that. I think that's pretty. So there is one of my A2 size cards. Okay, the other one, I kind of was picking scraps and pieces. This was one of the cut apart cards, and I just trimmed around so it says pumpkins please, and has the pumpkin. So all I did was take my scissors and just go around it. And then I had this leftover piece of the, because I used some of the cards on the back side of this sunflower, but it's not quite, wasn't quite 4, so I did it just under 4, 5 1/4, and just under 4. And let's get that inked up. I'm not going to put it down yet till I get the other pieces cut to the same length to go on. So I had some scraps of this. So what I did was I just tore down from the top, and let's see, let's do it on the same side so it looks the same. So all I'm going to do is just tear, starting at the top, and I'm not going very, making very wide tears, maybe is what I want to say. So I'm going to do that all the way down. And this again is that oatmeal cookie, so use whatever you have. And we're going to ink these edges. I really like the way it looks on the torn edges when you ink it up. And then I'm going to cut it the same, I'm going to hold it up against that piece of paper and cut it the same length. And then I'll ink up the top and bottom, whatever that ends up being. So Let's flip it over, trim that off. There we go. And then we'll ink that up down there. And then I have some of this corrugated cardstock. I was doing a different card design. I don't know if you could see the corrugation in it. But I had a strip left over, and so I think I'm going to put that down. Let's cut it to the same as this, first of all, and then I will ink it up. I don't know if you can hear my grandson. He is fussy today. He is teething, and he's got a stuffy nose. He's caught a cold from somebody, so he's teething, and his nose is clogging up on him. He is normally the happiest baby, and he is not happy right now. He is not feeling it. So he's been very vocal about letting us know that he's not happy. Okay, so let's put this basically down the middle, I think. And then we'll adhere it to this piece. And I am out of my favorite dimensional tape, foam tape. I have some ordered, but it has not arrived yet, so I'm not going to pop this up. But I think what I'll do is take some pieces, some of these scraps, so that I can make it level. But I'm not going to use foam tape. I'm going to use scrap paper to do it. So let's see. It's going to go like that. And I think what I will do is just put a piece down here on this end and one on the other end. Just so it gives it, so it's not sinking down on the sides. So we'll do that one. And do I need it on the other one? Maybe not. Nope, I don't think so. I think we'll do it like that. You know, this would also be super cute this way. Actually, I like it better that way. Okay, so now I'm going to have to pop the whole thing up since I changed my mind. That's how I am. That's how it happens when I'm crafting. So I'm going to put that, and then I'll put a little piece back here. Cut that off a little bit. So it will be level. And then, so it's going to be popped up a little bit like that, but it won't sink down anywhere. Let's ink around here too. Just looks nicer. Okay, and I'm going to put this one on. That, maybe a little bit over here. That's cute. And then I might put some of this color. Again, I don't have a rhyme or reason or a plan for these, so a big one down here. As you can tell, I clearly didn't have a rhyme or reason for putting those dots on, but I think it just adds something to it. Okay, those are my two A2 size cards. Let's move on to the other ones. The last card I decided to make are some of these little 3x3 cards. So I had some of this craft paper left over and some of the oatmeal cookie paper left over from making the bigger cards. So I just cut them down to 3x6, scored in the middle and folded in half, and I've got this little 3x3 card. Then what I'm going to do is also make a little envelope to match it, since I had a few full sheets of the 6x6 left over, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. But these are nice because when I have orders that I need to go out, I like to put little thank you notes in them, and I like for them to be seasonal. So these kits have been perfect for that because, you know, you get the summer ones in the summer and the fall towards the fall. So that's been great for that, to have these extra little little cards to send out. Let me see. I'm not going to get my paper trimmer back out again. I'm just going to cut this off right there. My scissors. Pick up this edge here. So I'm going to put this piece down first, and it's going to go all the way, and then this one is a little bit shorter. You're just going to see that little piece stick out, which I think is cute. Or, you know what, I could do it all the way over here And then over, I think that's cuter. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Do you like the way I changed my mind in the middle of a card design? But these are so easy to put together because you typically have scraps left, and you can just put them to the front of these little 3x3s, cut them down to 2 3/4 or 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares, and then it's just really cute like that. Okay, so there's that one. This was a bigger card and I just trimmed it down to fit there. Okay, and on the inside I have a piece that I've cut, a little white piece from my scraps. I have tons of white scraps. So let's put this little flower piece on that since we have it left over from cutting the other one to go on the front. And then we'll put it on this little white piece. So there's a place in the middle on the inside for me to, you know, write thank you or whatever. I'm going to write. Sometimes, which I think people appreciate, and so some people I know that order from me do appreciate it, I will put a little sticky note on the inside with my thank you, and then that way they can use that little card again for something else. These would also be cute if you don't want to use them for thank you cards, to do, just keep a set of them around for when you need to throw in a gift bag. Let's see, should we put a flower in here since there's flowers in the front? That would be cute to add a little flower right there. I think we will. I just, like I said, punched out a bunch of flowers and leaves so I could have them to decorate the insides. There we go. We could even use some little Nuvo drops or Stickles drops inside those flowers to make it fancy. Okay, so I'm going to make an envelope for this. And I'm going to use my envelope punch board because I've had it for, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and I don't pull it out often enough, I don't think. So this is a 3x3 card. So when you come in here, it has all of these different measurements. This is the all-in-one punch board, or the, I don't know, what's it called? 1, 2, 3 punch board. Okay, that was close. So it will do envelopes, bows, and little boxes too. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, and for a 3x3, it says to cut my square paper at 5.5 by 5.5. So I've already done that. And to punch my first punch at 2 3/4. So we're going to do this. Here's my little, isn't this gross? I've had this forever. It's so gross. Okay, so we're going to take it at 2 3/4, and we're going to make our first punch. And then we're going to take this score line right here for envelope A. We're going to score there. And then we're going to line up this score line right with this right here. This little piece that sticks out, and then it goes down, and you can see where it goes into the channel there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to punch it again, and then score the same point over here. And then again, I'm going to turn it and punch and score. Now, I will say, if you're going to do this from the ones you have left, make sure that you leave a paper that would look good, you know, double-sided, so it looks good on both sides. Some of these, you know, have the cards, so I wouldn't want to use that for an envelope because that wouldn't look cute when somebody opened up the flap, right? Okay, so all we do is, oh, yeah, that's scored. All we do is fold it on all the score lines and decide which we want on the inside and which we want on the outside. And I actually think I'm going to do this green leaf on the outside so that then when you open it, you see the pumpkins. I think that's cute. So we're going to fold it, all 4 of these, put this away. And what I'm going to do, oh, I went around my corners, sorry. So this has a corner rounder at the top too. I think the envelope punch board has the same. So whichever you have, the envelope punch board or the 1, 2, 3 punch board, either one will work. Okay, so I'm going to fold these 2 in, and then this is going to go up like this. So I need adhesive here and here. So on this one, I'm going to put the adhesive like that. Fold this one down. Oh, let's put some adhesive right there too, so it'll hold it in place. And then put some adhesive here too. You can use double-sided tape. You can use whatever you want. This holds just as well, as long as you hold it down for a few seconds till it gets adhered. And then as far as this on the top, I usually use double-sided tape, and I'll put a strip here and here, and then you just tear it off and seal it down. But because these are going in little in purchases, I usually don't seal them up. So this will fit right in here like that. And I just think it's really cute to open up and see the pumpkins on the inside. Okay, let me show you all the other ones I made doing this. I haven't made envelopes for each of them, but here's one. Isn't that cute? This is one of the little cards, and I cut it down. And what I did to get this effect on the outside is I used the crocodile. I really like We Are Memory Keepers. This one does stubs or scallops, and I used some, I alternated which one I used. I also used the regular rounder at 1/2 inch for some of these. Okay, so you can see where it fits right in there, the envelope. This one, the first envelope I did it wrong. I looked at the wrong measurements for the size that I had cut, and so it ended up being this kind of longer one. So I just used some of my scraps and made a longer one. I need to do the inside of that one. You can see where I put a couple of the punched leaves there. This one I thought was super cute. So this is another punch I have, but you could use a die or your Cricut machine or whatever. So I used this one, and it is a Fisker's punch that does a flower. I'll see if I can find it. Anyway, and I cut out a flower from some of my scraps, and then I punched a couple leaves for my leaf punch, and then just flagged a little plaid that I had left over, and then I did that on the inside. And this one I just rounded with a 1/2 inch round on the bottom and not the top. So it looks cute. It's just different. And this one is one of those little cards that said Happy Harvest. Another Happy Harvest with the sunflowers. And I had that little flag left over from the Ephemera kit. Just cozy vibes. I really like this one. And this one is, okay, so it does the stub punch, which looks like that. And then it does this little one that they call a scallop, which I also love. I just have the corner rounder one and then the one with the stub and the scallop, but I would like to collect them all. Oh, sorry, I already did that one. I would like to collect them all, but they are pricey. So one at a time. And again, you could see where I just used scraps of these little pieces that were cut off to make these. And so I'll probably make a few envelopes, but let me show you what I have left. It is not a lot. So this is what I have left. Just some scraps and strips and only one full piece. So, and it's a nice one, so I'll probably make another envelope out of this, but that's all I have left from all of the kit. So let me get everything together and I'll show you what all I made from this one kit. Okay, first here are the 12 cards that I made from Alicia's template over at Call Me Crafty Owl, and definitely I will link to her YouTube channel and specifically this video, but she has some for every month for a couple of years now, so you can get a lot out of her videos. And then here are the two that I turned the opposite way. I think these just turned out so cute. Okay, and then I have the 2 A2 size cards that I made. I ended up putting a little something inside each of these because as I was finishing up, I found this little pumpkin and a few other things. So those turned out cute. And then I have all of these little cards, some that say So Blessed, Happy Harvest, Just Cozy Vibes, and then some that are just plain for whatever I decide to write on the inside of them. There are a bunch of these, and then these are the ones that I made the envelopes for. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably go back. I've got one more full sheet to make another envelope for this size, and then I have some other fall plaids and things that I can make envelopes for the rest of these cards. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you got some great ideas of what to do with this kit, and happy crafting.